In this video, we'll be looking at question 2.1 from 5CO03. You should have read the scenario and know that this question is asking you to make a reasoned argument for the human and business benefits of people feeling included, valued, and treated fairly at work, using theory and research to back up your points. Just to be clear, this guidance shows you the methodology and approach, but you're responsible for the actual content, research, and conclusions. With that said, let's walk through how to approach this step by step. First up, let's talk about what the question's really asking. The command verb here is argue, which means you need to build a strong, evidence-based case, not just describe things. Focus on showing why inclusion, feeling valued, and fairness matter for both people and the organization. Don't get sidetracked talking about how to implement policies or describing what's currently happening in the scenario. Instead, your job is to convince the reader of the real benefits, using theory and research as your foundation. Now, here's the thing. It's not enough to just say that inclusion or fairness is good. You really want to weigh up how and why these factors lead to positive outcomes. For example, you might look at how feeling included can boost well-being, or how fairness drives retention and performance. Use evaluative language, and don't be afraid to make comparisons, like what happens in organizations that focus on these things versus those that don't. If there are any limitations or nuances, bring those in too. Just make sure that every point you make is backed up with theory or evidence. No unsupported claims. All right, now let's talk about planning your answer. You'll want to start with a short introduction that sets the scene. Maybe mention why this issue matters and what the risks are if people management isn't consistent in the scenario. Then split your main section into 2 or 3 key parts. For example, you could have one section on the human benefits, like well-being, job satisfaction and engagement, and another on the business benefits, such as retention, performance, and reputation. As you go, weave in relevant theories. Take a look at how each theory links to real outcomes and use quick scenario examples to bring your points to life. Wrap up with a clear, concise judgment at the end. Summarize why putting inclusion, value, and fairness at the heart of things is good for both people and the business. And remember, each paragraph should have a clear topic, some evidence, an explanation, and a link back to the question. When you're mapping your answer to the assessment criteria, stay focused. Look at the benefits they're after, like job satisfaction, lower conflict, better reputation, well-being, retention, less sickness, and efficiency. And make sure to tie these to actual theories. For this question, you'll be referencing thinkers like Maslow, McClelland, Daniel Pink, and David Rock, as well as concepts like engagement and well-being. So pick the benefits and theories that fit best with your argument and the scenario, and go for depth over trying to cover everything. Next, you'll want to use some strong academic sources. Aim for 2 or 3 high-quality references that deal with inclusion, fairness, and their impacts. Think articles about worker engagement or well-being. Use proper referencing, so in-text and a reference list at the end. And make sure every source you use directly supports a key point you're making. Paraphrase in your own words to show understanding, and don't just drop in quotes. It's also really important to connect theory to the scenario. Use things like inconsistent management, staff complaints, or turnover from the case study as practical evidence. Show how the theories help explain what's going on, and make it clear why your analysis matters in the real world. Don't just keep it abstract. To aim for higher marks, don't just list lots of points. Pick a few, develop them fully, and analyze them in relation to the scenario. If there are complexities or counter-arguments, acknowledge them and show you've weighed up the evidence and theory. Finally, keep your writing clear and concise. Make every sentence count. Use straightforward language, avoid repeating yourself, and make sure each paragraph has a purpose and supports your main argument. Before you submit, review your work for clarity, flow, and focus. Edit it down so you stay within the word count. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more tips. Check out the other videos in this series for more guidance on tackling your assignment.